See, friends, we have been trained in our institutions that homeopathy is similia similibus curanda. We have been trained that to bring this disorder into order, we have to create a natural disease picture collected from the patient, and we have to simply apply the artificial disease picture that is coming from the drug product. Very simple. But actually, what happens? We have been trained that for a better prescription, we have to upgrade our knowledge on organon of medicine, repertory, mater medica. We call it as triad of prescription. When it comes to therapeutics, we have surgery therapeutics, medicine therapeutics. Surgery, they'll ask you, name some remedies for fissure, name some remedies for nasal polyp. So the total picture changes over here. Until unless the remedy is well proven, you cannot bring them into homeopathic prescriptions. But contrary to that, we have some remedies like Acalipha indica, Cyzicium jambolinum, Rauwolfia serpentina, Justitia adatoda, so on and so forth. These remedies are not a classical remedies. Like one side will say constitutional prescription, another side will have a literature like therapeutic index. The list you can go through on the screen. The best example is when you open your Boric Mater Medica, textbook of homeopathic Mater Medica, we have a therapeutic index where so many remedies are stated against disease diagnosis. Whereas in Axiom, we'll say treat the patient but not the disease. On the contrary, we'll ask the diagnosis and we ask you to quote the remedies directly for the nosological diagnosis and enter into your practice. We have different thoughts. Constitutional prescription, another point of view. Miasmatic prescriptions, another confusing thought. Then there is a confusion for all the students. Then whether the selected remedy has to be constitutional or miasmatic or based on totality, or is it a psychoanalytical approach like Catherine Colta? Another group of people are emerging now, which is a special case nowadays. Medical protocols, pathological specifics, and there is another school, Kentian school. And we have keynote prescriptions, favorites. And finally, everyone's favorite, ultimately, the clinical tips. What is this all about? What we have to follow? See, when you see this picture, you can easily say, name some remedies. Invariably, everyone will answer Maxol and Borax. When you ask, name some remedies for the fracture, you will say Symphytum, Ruta, Calciriflow, summer bathing, Antimcrude, fine cut or surgical cut or knife cut, Staphylos aureus, specifically you are telling. Cons, directly you will say Antimcrude, Hypericum, Ranunculus bulbosus, so on and so forth. Stye, we'll say Staphylos aureus, Conium, Thuja. Nasal polyp or hypertrophy, Lemna minor, Sanguinaria nitricum, Allium cepa, Calcarecar. No case taking, no totality, no causation, just directly we are mentioning the names of the remedies. On what is a protocol? I call it as a clinical tip. A protocol is a detailed plan of scientific or medical experiment. So here the protocol is designed based on the nosological name of the disease rather than the classical constitutional, what we have been trained in our colleges or medical schools. Next method, classical method, which you are very much aware of. In Heinemann's approach, totality of symptoms, mental, physical symptoms, modalities, particular, whatever you have been trained in organon classes, it has been followed beautifully. A simple example for the newcomers I am giving you. It was a case of ovarian cyst. The size was 5.2 into 3.9 centimeters. The case was taken in June 10th, 2008. The case is very interesting. The lady by name Manjula, she was 23 years at the time, newly married. It was a love marriage. No doubt husband was very good. He was very supportive. The problem is the lady was hailing from a rich family, cultured family, and the boy was a poor fellow, but their family is going on very nicely. But the emotional side of the picture is the girl used to get up in the middle of the night thinking of their parents, and she used to sob, she used to cry, and she used to suppress her feelings, which the boy noticed. And he told me, right? So Natramur was given because it's a prolonged grief. Of course, I have chosen 0 or 1 I have a water dose method in 10 spoons of water, and 1 spoon she consumes early morning by empty stomach. Daily she has to repeat it. You can see that the result within 2 months, the case has become very beautifully reduced. In my opinion, for every autoimmune disorder and for every constitutional problem, systemic problem, it is better to go for a Hahnemannian clinical classical approach. Now, another method is prescription based on causation. I'll say this is one of the Hahnemann's favorite. If you can find out the cause, you can control the effect. Caesata affectus, caesata causa. When you show this to any boy, a small boy of 5 years old, and you show this video and ask him why the building is falling down, he'll say the aeroplane is crashing on the building. So aeroplane is the cause for this crashing of the building. But when you ask any elderly person, okay, and ask him what is the cause of this falling of the building, obviously he say it is a terrorist attack. So remote cause is different, which has led to the recent cause. So the disease has resulted. So a classical prescription also should include the causation. You will do it in analysis of symptoms once you have taken the case. This is a Marwadi lady is getting repeated boils all over her body, and every time she visits a doctor, he drains the abscess and removes the pus, and he gives some antibiotics, and she goes off. You know, staphylococcal infection or streptococcal infection is the result for disease. You can apply your protocol methods. Our aim is to only to break the abscess or remove the pus. Your classical investigations, your knowledge of medicine will help you what may be the reason behind. Example, maybe elevated ASO titer, or maybe a history of staphylococcal infection or beta hemolytic staphylococcal infection in the past. So removing the presenting complaint or pus is the recent cause, and finding out the main causation for recurrences is the remote cause. So classical prescription can be incorporated, in my opinion, with your protocol methods. Prescription based on suppression, but suppression is not at all allowed. So how do you prescribe? So you need a knowledge of Metromedica here, which supplies a good idea of your prescription. A boy of 5 years was brought to my clinic, which was diagnosed by probable asthma by allopathic doctor, and the investigation revealed that the baby had no family history of any bronchial asthma. So the past history has revealed that he suffered with severe diarrhea, and he was forced to admit in hospital, which has been immediately controlled by allopathic medications. And after this diarrhea suppression, within 10 or 15 days, he started developing breathlessness. Now here the prescription I gave was sulfur was given and heparin sulfur was alternated. Of course, along with my favorite mother tincture for bronchial asthma, Aspidospirma. And treatment was given for 1 month to 2 months, and it's almost 1 year, 2 years now. The baby is free. And this was also another suppression case. The lady had a uterine hemorrhage. The history has revealed the uterine bleeding was suppressed forcefully. Later she developed this. I prescribed first initially Graphitis, constitutional remedy. I didn't prescribe for suppression here because almost 4 years over, and Graphitis has cured the case. Prescription based on miasms. And this was a miasmatic case based on SORA, sulfur and heparin sulfur. Two are Hahnemann's favorite remedies. I prescribed this. And this man was already having diabetes, which was under control with allopathy. And no other complaints he has. Because of the old age, the diabetes has developed. Otherwise, he has a very good life, very calm, cooperative personality, very apprehensive. So based on this picture, I have chosen SORA as a miasm. Hahnemann calls vitiligo as a combination of SORA and syphilis. Prescription based on nosodes. Hahnemann wanted to prescribe nosodes not only as a intercurrent remedies or miasmatic blockage remedies, removing them, but they can be used as a acute prescriptions also, provided the picture suits you. Yeah, another important remedy nowadays, because masters like Benedict Castro, Dr. Burnett, they have incorporated or they have supported organopathic remedies. Posology chapter, Stuart Law says any potency, including mother tincture, can be used as a remedy to cure the condition. And as I said, these are the scavenger remedies. They help in cleansing. Sometimes, in some cases, you may not have to cure. All you have to do is improve the quality of life. These are the commonest organopathic remedies we prescribe. You know them. I had 4 to 5 cases of renal agenesis, congenital absence of one kidney, and because of this pressure gradient, vesicourethric reflux will happen on the opposite kidney, and the liquid or the urine stagnates in the affected kidney or the ureter, and because of this the patient repeatedly gets hydronephrosis or repeated bacterial infections. In such cases, because it is a congenital anomaly, you may not treat the case when the organ itself is missing. All you have to do is maintain the quality of life. So here you are using mother tinctures or organopathic remedies as a scavenger remedies. Such conditions do arise in our day-to-day practice. Remedies. Now the list goes on. Such type of so many diversified prescriptions we have in our day-to-day practice. I believe today the scenario is changing. If homeopathy is a science and art, science has to advance. Science is not stagnant. Of course, we should never deviate from our similimum. I add tetrad, that is one more knowledge of general medicine. You cannot prescribe any protocol or you cannot prescribe any prescription, including Hahnemann method. So, general medicine is very important even for classical homeopathic prescription. Second point, if you want to create a protocol, you must know what is nosological disease, what is it, what is the prognosis, how do you control it. So this comes only with the knowledge of general medicine. And if you want to create clinical tips also, you need all these knowledge and years of experience. Yeah, this is my verdict. Whatever mode you choose, all roads leads to Rome. Your aim is to cure the patient. Thank you.